What's good? We back with another one. Told you guys I was doing a Billy Joe Saunders versus Willie Monroe Jr. Fight prediction. Don't forget, it's this Saturday, September 16th. Earlier in the day, in America, about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, maybe. Just check your local listings. Um, and then Triple G and Canelo comes on later tonight. Also have the opening bout of the Super Middleweight World Boxing Super Series with Callum Smith in his opening WBC Diamond bout round with the Sweden guy. I can't pronounce his name, Eric something. But two big fights going over across the pond. And this is an interesting one. It's a treat. You also got Daniel Du Bois, one of the high shot heavyweights out there, and one of the rising light heavyweights, Anthony Yard on this card. So you might want to tune in and see a glimpse of the future with those guys. But the hate for Billy Joe Saunders is real. I got caught up in calling him Billy Ho Saunders, and he runs his mouth so much and he just doesn't fight. He was supposed to fight the little Russian guy, man, but he got popped for he got indicted on mob ties or some shit like that. And he hasn't fought since December 2016. Willie Monroe hasn't fought. It'll be almost a calendar year. Last time he fought was Lima Smith, Canelo Alvarez card, 9/16. 16, I think it was. And he fought 9/17/16 in September. Now he's fighting 9/16/17 this year. So it's over a year since he fought his last fight. And that's kind of put me in a pickle. I thought Monroe had fought since then, so he's fairly more inactive than Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders last fought December 16th, 2016, and he didn't look good. He looked fat and out of shape. Like he barely made shape, looked real soft. But yeah, he's right, one of the most hated men in the sport of boxing. He wanted to fight Triple G in Kazakhstan, but in the back of his mind, he knew that wasn't gonna happen because Canelo and Triple G was about to happen. And, they got their ear to the street. Frank Warren ain't no rookie to this. And they want to do something the same day as Canelo Triple G to showcase Billy Joe Saunders' talents, so people can start calling for that fight. Because they probably feel, like Billy Joe Saunders said, that Triple G is going to win that fight. And it's worth it now for him to fight Triple G. Because if he somehow beats Triple G coming off a Canelo win, he get the clout. Everybody stop talking shit about him. And then he's the undisputed lineal middleweight champion of the world off rip. He's a legend. So it makes sense. Willie Monroe already got beat by Triple G. But talk about the particulars. Start off with the challenger. Willie Monroe, he's a good boxer. 27 fights, 2 losses, only 6 knockouts. He won the Boxing tournament, ESPN. I think he's fairly green to the boxing scene. And, he I don't know if he's improving like he should be improving. He has a lot of potential. I think he could punch harder than his record indicates. And I think for him, he needs to get with a veteran trainer to show him how to generate the power and show him how to be the boxer he can be, and polish some things up. He's a good mover, good athletic ability, good punch, good hand speed. And if he learns to sit on his punches a bit, he could be a lot better. He could get a lot more knockouts, in my opinion. But Billy Joe Saunders, man, he a guy that a lot of people don't like because of his antics in his mouth. Seems to be in shape for this fight. And he's a good counterpuncher. That's what he is. He's a good counterpuncher. He's a good defender. I think he's the best UK defender, currently running. Got good defense for a UK guy. And he picks his shot well. That's why he's able to beat Chris Eubanks Jr. Everybody makes excuses and try to downplay the Eubanks Jr. win for him because they don't like him. But he beat him. And he got some pop. He dropped Andy Lee. He kept Chris Eubanks Jr. at bay, who got a wonderful chin, I would believe. And that is what it is for him. Talk about strength and weaknesses, real talk. Real quick. A little tired here. But, Willie Monroe, while he has an athletic ability advantage over him. Speed, quickness, movement. He's slicker. He's more cagier than Billy Joe Saunders, I believe. Just naturally, that's him. Better hand speed, better foot speed. He's a better athlete. Doesn't mean he's a better fighter, though. Billy Joe Saunders. I think he's a more polished fighter than Willie Monroe. He knows how to generate power when he needs to. He's a better puncher. He got a good right hand, got a good jab. He got a good understanding of the game. He's full circle with his ring IQ. He's full circle knowing what he is. He's already reached his potential for the most part. He knows what he is as a fighter. And you talk about weakness with Willie Monroe. He don't know what he is as a fighter. He hasn't reached his potential. And I think his corner is a weakness in my opinion. I don't know exactly who's in his corner, but I don't think he's promoted right. I don't think he's fighting more, quicker. He should be fighting more often, And then I really can see how he progresses. So I really can't put an indictment on his team, but he should be generating more power than what he's generating. He should be focusing on the body attack. He should be, really becoming full circle as a fighter and knowing who he is as a fighter and his real potential. Sitting down on his punches, stuff of that nature. Let's talk about weaknesses. Billy Joe Saunders. There ain't too many weaknesses in the game other than, sometimes he's out of shape. Sometimes he's rusty. I don't think he's always too offensive enough. I think sometimes he's too defensive. He's too timid. He's always moving backwards. He's the anti-UK guy, UK Euro guy, they are more effective going forward. Billy Joe Saunders can walk you into things, pick your shots. So he's a little bit more passive. Same thing with Willie Monroe. He's not good moving forward. He's good moving side to side, backwards, boxing, moving. So this is going to be an interesting fight. This might be some tit for tat shit, man. Both guys aren't big punchers, but I think Billy Joe Saunders will be more amped. He'd be more amped to score a knockout, in my opinion. I don't see it happening. It's just the green nature for Willie Monroe with me. That has me worried. Him traveling to a whole other country. I don't think having a great amateur background. That's just my opinion on that. But you talk about the strategy for Billy Joe Saunders. Make Willie Monroe the aggressor. Walk him into shots. Create doubt in his mind. You already said he didn't quit one time. Put him in an adverse situation. We see when you put fire to that ass, he folds up like a lawn chair. I think it's very, very, important for him. I think, Billy to walk him into shots, make him be the aggressor. The pace is going to be what it's going to be. They both fight at the same pace. They both like to be counterpunchers. They both like to sit back and let other guys create offense and play off of it. Willie Monroe, same thing. Make Billy Joe Saunders come to you and be able to counter him. He been out the ring just as long as you've been out the ring and walk him into some shots. Whoever is the counter-puncher and the non-aggressor in this fight, I think gonna win. I think whoever's has to play the aggressor role, it's gonna be similar to the Trout-Lara thing. Well, Trout just took the aggressor role and got out his character and got his ass beat. I think that's what's gonna happen here. I think if Billy Joe Saunders get caught up and he be the aggressor, I think Willie Monroe gonna piece him up. I think if Willie Monroe feels like he on the road, he got to be the aggressor, I think Billy Joe Saunders going to piece him up. So whoever's the aggressor, I think, going to have the lesser hand, unless Willie Monroe has got some special, tutelage, in camp to learn how to be the aggressor. He got the potential to be such a good fighter and potentially a great fighter in the middleweight division. He won the Boxino tournament at junior middleweight. And also, before I get off and make my prediction, it was supposed to be VADA testing. I don't know if they started the VADA testing, but according to Willie Monroe Jr., they didn't start the VADA testing. He's worried about that, but he says it's still no worries. He's going to whoop him. So I don't want to hear no excuses about the VADA testing and how grimy Europe is, or the UK is. UK guys been coming over here for a long time getting fucked and vice versa. Don't want to hear it, but I think Billy Joe Saunders is going to eke out a close, controversial decision. I want to say a close, unanimous decision in my opinion. Maybe perhaps a split decision. I'm going to say a close, unanimous decision that's controversial on the cards. I think Billy Joe Saunders edges him. I think Willie Monroe complains about the the scoring, just like Gabriel Rosado. Malik Scott went over there and got some fishy shit going on. But I got Billy Joe Saunders, UD. We gone.